Hey guys, it's Vanessa, owner of Beauty Society. Today I'm here with Lucy, my lash tech, and we're going to be talking to you about some things we wish we knew when we started lashing or just started our business. So she's going to do a little introduction about herself and then we'll get into the topic.
Hi guys, my name is Lucy, owner of Celestial Beauty Bar. I've been lashing for about over a year now, and I started working with Vanessa for what's about to be 6 months. And we kind of just wanted to discuss, some things that we wish we would have known before lashing. Things that I feel every lash artist struggles with, every lash artist is bound to struggle with. And let's get into it.
All right, cool. First topic, clients are not your friends. So as horrible as this sounds, people are always going to be trying to find a way to not pay in the beginning or
finesse you.
Yeah, try to be cheap about it. And you have to know the way to kind of manage that. And I guess it would be just setting boundaries from the very start. Just kind of like, you have to book between the 2 to 3 week gap, and you must have 50% of your lashes still on your eyes for it to be considered a refill. But even then, we recently implemented only booking refills through text instead of leaving it on our online booking site, because you give the client the freedom to book the refill whenever they want. And a lot of clients will obviously take advantage and choose the cheaper option, which would be the refill. And when they actually come in and you're on a tight schedule, you end up not being able to actually fill them up completely because they came in with like less than 50% of their lashes. And then it just becomes a whole issue. Some people are, I guess, afraid to charge their client the full set when it actually is a full set, or let their client know. And this kind of just blocks that whole situation out. And if the client does text you and it's been 4 weeks or 3 weeks or more, you can kind of just have them send you a photo of what their lashes look like and then go from there.
It's difficult too because it's always the people closest to you that kind of want to take advantage. It'll never be the client that you found like through Instagram or like on the street or like networking either. It's always like your aunt or like like a cousin who like it's harder to set those boundaries with because you do feel like you have that personal connection. But at the end of the day, you have to think in terms of business, and like if they're not respecting you, they're not respecting your business. So drawing boundaries from the beginning is also it's super important because no one's gonna do it for you.
Right. So yeah, definitely setting up that first boundary of like refills, I think, is huge. Being on time for appointments is also a big one. I feel like, I'm running 10 minutes late, I'm running 15 minutes late, just because they feel like they have that friendly connection with you. It happened to me a lot in the beginning, actually, because I didn't have a lot of clients. I let a lot of things slide, and that was a mistake from my part, and I obviously see why it happens, but now that I'm further into my business and I don't have mercy, and I'm like, I know what I'm looking for in a client, it's like I do build that friendly connection, but there's that line of respect where it's like, you're not gonna outdo that, where it's like, if you're 15 minutes late, your appointment is canceled. Sorry, whether you're my friend or whether you're a new client or whatever it is, there's definitely just a line of respect for my work. I'm one person, and who I am when it comes to work is a completely different person, and you need to learn to set that boundary. So definitely build that friendly connection with your client, but don't let them take advantage of you just because you want to seem like the good person so they continue to be your client.
Right.
I feel like that's so huge. Like, that happened to me so much in the beginning. I had a client once that, like, I guess it was kind of both ways. Like, she was well off, so I was like, okay, let me you know, treat this person with that kind of like extra kindness so they stay as my client and they bring their friends and whatever. And it ended up just working out so bad because she would like not show up or be like, oh, I'm running 20 minutes late, and then show up like an hour late, and then she's like, oh, you know, I actually do need a full set, and I'm like, all I have is 30 minutes, so then I'll back up all my other clients just for her. And like, I think about it now and it's like such a rookie mistake, because all I was doing was hurting those other clients that were there waiting for me, because I was prioritizing this one person that I ended up firing as a client, which was like, whatever, rookie mistake. Like, you live and you learn, and it is what it is. What else do you think?
It's all a matter of also finding like what works for you, because for some people, you know, after the 10-15 minutes, they just cancel your appointment and they don't take you at all. Versus some people, you know, they'll still accept you if you're late. There's no sort of discount for the service. You know, you still have to pay full price. You know, if you want to come an hour late, sure, you know, there's 30 minutes left of your appointment, but I'm going to do what I can, because ultimately it was up to you who got here late. You know what I mean? So when it comes to like policies and like setting the boundaries with your business and with, you know, clients and stuff, it's really a matter of what works for you. You know, just find what you feel comfortable with, find what you think would benefit you and your business as well, and then kind of just go about that, and don't ever think outside of that box. You know, like, respect your boundaries. You're the first one that has to, you know, show that you're serious about it, or else, you know, your clients are never going to take you serious.
Yeah, no one's going to take you serious. So. Okay, what else do you... What do you wish you would have known before? I think pricing is a big one.
Pricing is a big one.
I think that's, like, the biggest thing that I see in the industry. Everyone's like, wow, if I just price myself cheap, then I'll just gain all these clients. And all you're really doing is, like, ruining your reputation and ruining your future as...
And you're killing yourself too, because now you're like trying to squeeze in 10 clients in one day, and they're all paying like $50.
Yeah.
Versus like having 2 to 3 clients that are paying you
like $200. Exactly. Right. You're working less, making more money, and it's just like, it's the smarter thing to do at the end of the day. And it's like, when you charge cheap, like, do you want to be the Walmart or do you want to be the Chanel, you know? And like, Chanel didn't start by being cheap. Like, as stupid as it sounds, like, that's really what it is, you know? Like, you want to target the people that can pay these prices, because at the end of the day, like, you want to make as much money as possible.
Right. I think it's just a matter of like, what audience are you looking for specifically? Like, if you want to charge $50, you best believe your book is going to be filled. But guess what? Chances are none of those clients, or 9 out of 10 of those clients that are paying the $50, they probably won't stick around by the time you actually decide to level up and raise your prices.
But the client that's paying $50 for a service finds Sally in the corner charging $42, and she's leaving you because she's not going to you for your quality of work. She's going to you for your cheap prices. So you're just really like screwing yourself over in reality.
Yeah.
So definitely pricing is a big one. Like, you know, you can start with soft prices and, like, you know, not do that $200 for a full set, but definitely $150 for a volume full set, $170 for a full set, and then eventually bring that up to $280 or so, you know, once you gain that experience. But definitely not, like, volume full set, like, $80. Definitely, I mean, I made that mistake, and I quickly learned that wasn't going to get me anywhere.
Right.
But it also comes with knowing that you can charge that because you have the proper education behind it. Another big topic that we can go over, properly educating yourself. Like, so many horrible
I mean, dude, like, you know, I'm sure you can find like a lash extension starter kit on Amazon, and I'm sure there's countless videos on YouTube, you know, kind of teaching you the basics, but that's kind of all you're gonna get, you know, the basics. And there's just so much more that goes into it versus like picking it up and placing. Like, there's so much that goes into like one, the technique overall, right? There's like millions of techniques. And then two, like the back end of it, like, you know, like talking to your clients, you know, consulting with yourself. Right. What do I want from
making it an experience.
And, you know, I mean, I think the work speaks for itself. You know, the person who like invested in themselves and invested in their business and put down an arm and a leg for quality education versus the person who kind of just learned off TikTok. Like, you'll be able to tell the difference, you know? And it's not only just looks, you know, because I've come to find that a lot of lash artists, you look at their page and their work looks great, right? But say that client comes in for you for a removal. It looks good from afar, but then you actually look at the work and it's nothing but like clusters and just a bunch of other things that damage the natural lash health. And I feel like that's something that's so overseen, especially nowadays where lashing is, it's becoming such like a big, you know, you can find a lash tag in every corner.
And it's like doing your nails. Exactly. Like it's become like as casual, you know, it's not just like for an event.
But because of that, I mean, it's a good thing because yeah, there's more people doing it, but it's for a reason, you know, there's demand that's being asked for. So great, everybody wants to be a lash tech. Now, the thing is, you know, just finding a quality lash tech, lash artist, because at the end of the day, it doesn't benefit you to have like a beautiful lash set if when you go remove it, you have 0 lashes left that you can't even put mascara on.
Or
you know what I mean?
Some people like, it's like ugly lashes and you can tell it's like bad work, and I'm just like, oh, I feel so bad for you.
I mean, yeah, but at that point that's like what the person feels
is choosing
for themselves, right? But no, definitely it's important to like look into someone who actually cares about your natural health, because you know, at the end of the day, like lash extensions are temporary. I mean, you can get them for as long as you want, but they're not forever, you know? So you want to make sure that you find somebody that cares about your natural lash health. It's like going to a hair, you know, someone who does hair and being like, oh, I want this. And them knowing that your hair probably wouldn't be able to take that. They do it anyways for either the looks of it or to take your money because they can, you know, versus someone who, although the client might not like to hear it, I'm sure they take into consideration the fact that, hey, this person advised me not to do what I wanted, even though I really wanted it. You know, they care about, you know,
kill my hair or whatever it is.
It's the same thing to lashes, you know.
Right. I mean, you know, social media, I think, is also huge. Like, finding the clientele, I feel we could literally do a whole other show on this, but we can kind of touch up on it now. Like, Instagram has become so... Like, you only go on Instagram to see how perfect people's lives are at this point, and it's not, like, raw at all, like, whatsoever, and it's why I spend so little time on, like, personal Instagram. But I feel like getting on a second platform was probably one of the best business decisions that I've made. I mean, I've been on TikTok for 2 months, and although I don't have a crazy amount of followers, like, I have definitely gained more TikTok followers in a shorter time than I did Instagram followers. And it comes to show that, like, it's so much more organic and it's so easy to reach so many just regular people. So it's like, it's what Instagram was when it launched in 2014, 2016 or whatever. And it's like, you that needs to be taken advantage of. Like, your first TikTok is gonna suck, and the 5th one is gonna be better, and the 10th is gonna be better, and then it's just gonna be easy from there. It's so much easier to gain exposure through TikTok as long as the content looks good. And it doesn't have to be like this whole professional look, you know. It could be so raw and like, it's easier, it gains you the exposure, and a lot of TikTok followers end up being Instagram followers. I gained 200 TikTok followers overnight, and I gained 10 Instagram followers from TikTok that same night. But it just comes to show that difference. Like, I don't gain TikTok followers off of Instagram unless they're like my clients, that it's like a personal relationship and they're doing it for support. Right. So definitely the second platform is huge. And like, once you actually do it, like, you'll really be like, damn, I wish I would have done this sooner.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of where I'm at, you know, because one thing that this girl has been teaching me is, you know, like, just do it, because the more you sit and the more that you wait, and you just give yourself more time to doubt yourself, you know, versus just like thinking like, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, let me just do this. Right. You know, like, I saw it myself. Like, at first, I was really uncomfortable, and it was, like, super out of my comfort zone to kind of put myself out there more on Instagram and, like, making reels. And, you know, now I'm in the process of, like, making TikToks and all of that. But I can tell you, like, yeah, at first I was super nervous for my first reel, but my first reel did better than any other post, like, that I had on Instagram. Before, and it kind of, right? It kind of, like, does something to you, you know?
It was like a self-esteem boost.
You feel,
it's a confidence
you know,
boost.
So I definitely, you know, I advise, you know, you take yourself serious on social media. Do what feels uncomfortable.
Yeah.
You know, do it anyways. Mess up. You're gonna mess up.
Right.
You know, but as long as you start, like, a year from now, you're gonna be so much further than you waiting till, like, because the truth is, like, you can't wait to be who you want to be who you want. You know, if you keep on waiting, like, oh, one day I'm going to be this, one day I'm going to be that, you're going to be, like, 60, 70, 80 years old, and you're never going to be that person, because it's not like you're going to wake up as that person one day, right? Mm-hmm. So it's all mind over matter. So
slow progress.
In a way, fake it till you make it. And eventually, every single day of pretending to be this person, one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be that person, you know? So it's all a matter of, like, building those habits, you know? And yeah.
Cool. I mean, I think we'll close it off here because it's been a little while. I don't want to make this too long. Yeah, look forward to teaching the community a lot more about this. I think we have a lot to share. I think we have a lot of knowledge to give for, you know, people entering this industry, and it's only going to keep growing, so why not take advantage of that starting now? And yeah, thank you for watching, and this was Lucy, so get used to seeing more of her. And thank you.